What's up everyone, it's Tony G23 back for round 2 of our F1 2014-2015 modded career mode, whatever you want to call it. And it's Malaysia today. We're in practice at the moment because we have some R&D to do. Yay! Alonso looking as smug as ever. Ah, McLaren. Yes, we have some R&D to do today, so it's to do with tyre wear, so like run 3 laps and beat the target time while wearing your tyres less than 21%, so that's good. We're going to cut on to the end of R&D, because I know you guys don't really find R&D all that interesting, and we were using lean mix, no DRS, and we're faster than Vettel in the Ferrari. Now I think maybe that's because it's practice. The AI aren't really at full strength at the moment, but I was really pushing. But we get R&D done. We're leading Vettel by 0.7 of a second, and that lap was actually good enough to get us top position in first place in practice. So we will be starting last, as we will be doing for this series. So we will be starting from 20th. We're not going to bother with qualifying because I just find it more of a challenge if you come through the field. Don't forget, this is the second in the series, so don't forget to watch the first episode in this series. I'll leave a link to the playlist down in the description. But it's race time now, and it looks to be tad overcast, so I don't know. Will we have to switch to intermediates at all during the race? I'm not sure. But there will be a chance of rain, knowing Malaysia. We're going to go through the race strategy. We're going to start on the prime tyres. I'm going to go through until like lap 8 or something, but chance of rain, there's a 47% chance of rain in this race, so I don't know, will we have to switch to the intermediates? Are the primes a good option? I'm not sure, but just in case for the rain, we're going to put some higher wings on, and then we're going to go to the track. I'm really not sure if we have to put inters on, but if we do, that's when the extra wings will come in, but I hope we don't, because I seem to have very good pace in the dry. But anyway guys, let's go to the grid. So, here we are on the grid in Malaysia at Kuala Lumpur, just waiting for the 5 red lights, and don't know what was going on there with the camera, but away we go. So if you missed the last race, go and check it out before you continue watching this. But anyways, we get a horrible start, to be honest. We're being beaten by the Mana cars again. And coming into the first corner, we're going to take it nice and easy, hopefully go down the inside of Nazar, and I don't know, possibly around the outside of Maldonado, but Alonso, our teammate, unfortunately blocked us off. We've got Will Stevens to our right, and we overtake him. Our teammate is now in front, and there's a front wing off and a dust cloud as well, so who's lost their front wing? And it looks to be... is that Nico? Is that Sergio Perez? Maybe he's the one who's lost his front wing, but he seems to be going very slowly. I mean, we go around the outside of him, and Valtteri Bottas also going very slowly there. So we're trying not to lose our front wing, and Vettel's going really slowly in the Ferrari. I think he may have lost his front wing as well. We're going to look back, and yes, he has lost his front wing, so he's going to have to make a pit stop, so unlucky him. We're late on the brakes, trying to catch up to Bottas. We do make the apex of that hairpin, and we've got, it's about 0.2 second gap. So we are in DRS range of Bottas, but it's lap 1, so DRS isn't operational. That will come into effect on lap 3. But we were going to try and look up the inside of Bottas, but he closes the door on us. So Max Verstappen is behind us in the Toro Rosso, coming down the back straight. We're going to be really late on the brakes again, but we're too far back to make a move on Bottas. But we are up to 10th position, so we've gone from last to a point. So that's actually very good. That's actually a very good start, to be honest. But Bottas left the door wide open again. We were late on the brakes again. We still make the apex, and we're through to 9th place. So we've got Sainz Jr. ahead of us. That's in the other Toro Rosso. So we're going to try and find a way past him. But coming into turn 3, is this turn 3? Turn 3. Right. Well, we are really good on the brakes in this McLaren, apparently. So expect a few dive bombs here and there. I'll try not to make contact with the AI. So we're right under Sainz's gearbox. We were late on the brakes and we hit him off the circuit. Or did he turn into me? I'm not really sure on that. But we're going to look on the replay. And yeah, he was making the turn. Alright, so I'm going to say that's my fault because my front wheel wasn't really alongside his car, so we let him back through. So we're down to 11th because, well, we let more cars through than we really needed to. But we're going to try and go up down here inside of Sainz. We come off worse for wear. We get our front left end plate knocked off. We let Sainz back through. So we're going to try and overtake him again using the slipstream, ducking in and out. And it looks like we sold him a dummy as we go around the outside. So that's all good. So we're past Sainz. We're back into a points-paying position. Okay, it's only 1 point, but the thing about a big championship like this is consistency. Getting points. Doesn't really matter if you get one win and you completely fail on the other races. You must get points, and consistency will be rewarded. So we're basically a filling between two Toro Rossos, a Toro Rosso sandwich, well, a Toro Rosso bread with a McLaren filling. That is a rubbish analogy there, but we're still trying to chase down Max Verstappen. And here's a fact, I'm older than Verstappen. I am older than Max Verstappen, and he's a Formula 1 driver. Then again, I'm too big to fit in an F1 car. I'm like 6 foot something. But it's really funny because when I was his age, I was doing my A-levels. He's going, does he even have a driving license yet? Verstappen? I'm not sure. So technically an 18-year-old going against a 17-year-old. So this is going to be fun. So we're going to go up the inside. We nearly get the move done, but we run wide. We somehow corner cut that. Didn't know you could get a corner cut on there. But we've got the DRS on Verstappen. We're going to basically do the same to what we did to cut to his junior. Not a junior, Carlos Sainz Jr., his teammate. But we get the move done before really the braking zone for the final corner. Hamilton sets the fastest lap, but I don't think that's going to stand for long, and it doesn't. We go fastest on a 1:45.1. So that is 0.8 of a second faster than Hamilton. So there you go, confirmation, fastest lap. And we're behind Hulkenberg. So providing we can get providing we got like the cutback, and it looks like we nearly have. We're going to duck to the inside of him once again, selling the dummy. I'm seem to be making a lot of dummies in this race. So we're going to cut on to lap 5. We're behind Ricciardo. I'm not really sure what happened to Hulkenberg really, because I think Verstappen got past him. So we're going up against the always smiling Aussie, as I call him, because let's be honest, he smiles all the time. So We don't get that good a drive off the corner, but we should have the DRS, and we do. But from this far back, even with slipstream and DRS, we're not going to get past him. But provided we can close up with him well on the brakes, which we kind of have done. But shifting down 1 gear, I should have shifted down a little more than that. But it doesn't matter, we have the DRS and we have the slipstream. We're hauling the slipstream and we are past Ricciardo. That's an easy move into the first corner. Job done. But he's just behind us, and ahead of us we've got Valtteri Bottas in the Williams. So I mean a Williams versus a McLaren, really. We're going to cut on to lap 6. We're going purple again, and we are still chasing down Bottas for P6. Well, let's be going even faster, about 1.2 seconds faster than our previous lap. But we are within 1 second of Bottas. We're going to try and down the inside again, and it looks to have worked this time. Bottas left the door wide open there. Wide open. We've got the DRS, so we should be able to pull out a little more of a gap on him, because he doesn't have DRS, obviously. And yeah, that was it was a tired, risky move, because I didn't want to hit the bollard, because we've got realistic damage on. So even hitting a bollard can take off your front wing and quite possibly ruin your whole race. But we've now gone even faster. That's a 1:43.8. I mean, a 1:43.8. I mean, that is mad. Even from a McLaren Honda, that is mad. So, what's going to happen next is well, basically, since most of the cars pitted on that lap, and Rosberg's going into the pits, this will mean that we now actually take the lead of the race. So there we go, we are in first position. This is the first time we've led this year. Hopefully it won't be the last. And what we're going to try and do is, because there is a chance of rain, and I hope that it will get wet enough for intermediate conditions, okay, what I'm hoping to do is we stay on the prime tyres, alright, we don't change onto the options, and we end up doing a 1-stop, not a 2-stop. But that's depending if conditions are bad enough that we need intermediate tyres. So at the moment I'm praying for the rain to come, because I want to win, and I feel like even though with this car's pace against Mercedes, if I still did a 2-stop, I wouldn't be able to win. So I'm trying to save time in the pits by hopefully doing a 1-stop, because while they all change onto their prime tyres from their option tyres, alright, I'm hoping to go from prime to intermediate when the rain comes, and that's if it comes. So we're going purple still, so we are pulling out the gap. Hamilton is 13 seconds behind us, so hopefully if we do get rain, we should, and this is a big should, be able to go on and win this race, because we should hopefully have around a 13-second deficit back to Hamilton. But my crew were telling me to come in at the end of this lap, so I'm going to pretty much ignore them. Alright, as we go purple again, so we do a 1:43.5 and hopefully try and pull out the gap over Hamilton. So there you go, confirmation, a 1:43.562. Alright, is the fastest lap of the race, and our gap to Hamilton is 13.3 seconds. So I am now praying for the rain to come. So we're going to set a purple first sector again, so we are really pushing now, trying to build that gap. And I'm not sure if you can see this on your monitor, but there are spits of rain starting to come down. So this is saying that there will be rain, but what I'm worried is about the quantity of it. So if it's like just a light rain, that means my entire strategy just goes out the window and I'll have to pit. The good thing about that though is if I do pit, I should hopefully have a big enough gap back to third place, because the gap from Hamilton to Massa is 12 seconds, and the gap to between me and Hamilton is, we'll find out soon, 16.1 seconds. So that's about 28 seconds between me and third place. Well, to put it properly, that's about a pit stop. So we should hopefully be able to come out in third position, even if the rain doesn't if the rain doesn't grow in intensity, alright, and the quantity of it, if that doesn't increase, then whatever happens, we should still be on for a podium position. But saying that, we've gone faster again. Even I was amazed how I was doing this, because this is on professional difficulty. I'm starting to think maybe I should change it up to expert difficulty, because this is honestly too easy for me. So, but then again, we've lost a second in that sector, so I'm thinking soon it may be time for us to change over to the intermediates. And this is just a hunch. I'm waiting to see what the other AIs do first. But as with the problem with past F1 games, and including F1 2014, is that if you're like 2 or 3 laps from the end, it's chucking it down. The AI won't change tyres, so they'll basically be on slick tyres on a wet road surface. So these are all things to think about. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen, because we're nearing the end of the race and there's a McLaren car in front of us, and it's Roberto Merhi, and it would really help if he got out the way. Come on, Merhi, out the way. Thank you. Now, I'm just looking at the tyre graphic here, and it actually looks like that the tyres are actually cooling down quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to nearly crash into the bollard. So we're going to come in and put on a set of the intermediate tyres, because I noticed that during that lap my tyres were cooling down quite a bit. So maybe it is time to switch over to inters. This is providing that the rain intensifies. So McLaren, so that my pit crew are changing my front nose, and they're doing it pretty well. It's a 6.3 second stop. We've lost first place to Hamilton, but I'm confident that the AI may actually get stuck because they're on slick tyres. So we're now on inters, and there is spray being kicked up, and hopefully we'll be able to catch Hamilton. But now we are going to cut later on into lap 11, and it's by now that I'm regretting my decision, because the tyres are overheating and I'm getting no grip. Look, we're getting wheel spin in 6th gear even. So that is how bad a traction we've got, and the back end they're stepping out. So obviously putting intermediate tyres on in these conditions was a bit of a mistake, and it's on my part, because I'm the one who made the call to put on intermediates. And it's now I'm thinking maybe I should have put on option tyres, because I am really struggling for grip. So I feel like I've pretty much ruined my race now. Hamilton and Rosberg, they are gone, and I'm really gone. So the best thing I can try and do now is come third. But saying that, Felipe Nasr was trying to overtake me. A lapped Sauber was trying to overtake a McLaren. So that just shows you how bad we are at the moment, grip-wise. But Felipe Massa is now trying to come back at us. We have a double front lockup coming into turn. I don't know what number that is, and yeah, they both get past. So we're down to 5th. So we can kiss a podium goodbye. So I'm really kicking myself at the moment. But we're cutting onto lap 13. This is the second to last lap, and it actually looks like that the intermediate tyres may start to come into their own now, because we've actually managed to close up to Felipe Massa quite a bit in that sector. So coming through the S's, we've just looked at the wear levels on my tyres. That is astonishing. But saying that, Bottas is coming through, and we've lost control of the car, and we're heading for the barriers, and we're out of the race.
Let me know you're okay.
We are out of the race, everyone. Oh my god.
It's disappointing we're out, but we can
Wow.
get back strong next time. Let's stay positive.
Can't believe that. Can't believe we're out. Just goes to show how bad a judgment call that was. It's almost as bad as Mercedes' strategy team in Monaco. We've gone down to 8th in the Drivers' Championship, and we're down to 7th in the Constructors. It's just my points that are on the board. Alonso's yet to score any. Wow, can't believe it. But anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. Thank you so very much for watching. Be sure to watch the next episode of F1 2014 Modded Career Mode. Goodbye.